We're here.
Yep.
Episode 105 of the Transferable Experience podcast.
Yes, sir.
Once again, sweet, low, velvet voice you're hearing right now is Ed, and my good old friend Earlton is here today. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. What's today, Wednesday? Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Just chilling, halfway through the week. A lot of stuff going on. Gotta preparing for next week. Gonna be by myself, or me and my lady gonna be by herself, getting rid of the baby.
Be childless.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, I've been doing all right, man. I've been doing all right. How was your week, or so far?
Man, it's better. You know, last week I didn't have my bearings, man. So
yeah.
Sunday was, man, it was super duper intentional. I had everything I needed. I cut all my fruit up. I was ready because, you know, it's a crime to buy, because my top two fruit right now is cantaloupe and honeydew.
Mm-hmm.
And it literally is like, one, if you buy those cut, is way more expensive, and you get like a fourth of the amount.
Yeah. So
I just buy them and cut them.
Yeah. And it don't last as long.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, I just buy them and cut them myself. And then I have like, it's not let me make sure I can save a little bit. It's like, nah, eat as much as you want, because you got a crap ton. Like, yeah. And I'm not even buying like the massive honeydews. They just like the smaller ones and the smaller cantaloupes. And that's like, I get like full, like 3 full, like big Tupperwares full, so I can go crazy with my fruit. So I don't know, man. It's just been a better week because, like I said, I just had structure and organization, and then at work right now, like we literally can't do anything because our system shut down to process the stuff to send out so busy season can start. So literally, like, we can't get in our system, and I got one of those type of jobs where they don't give you busy work. If there's nothing to do, it's okay, because once it start back up, you're going to have plenty. So, like, take the time, chill. We don't really care. So, it's like been like people been at work this week. I didn't go to work yesterday because
that's lit.
I just didn't go.
Does that mean that y'all deadlines get pushed back, or it's still?
No, the deadline was Friday, before.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we literally, like, that's why the system shut down, so they can process everything and start getting ready to get shipped out. So
okay.
Yeah, like I said, it's literally been nothing to do at work, and just I don't know. I had this one guy, he told me that he cleaned his emails out today. And
whatever that means. Ours get deleted after like a month or two.
Yeah, and then yeah, it's been a pretty smooth week, man. I just felt like last week was just like, what could go wrong did go wrong. Like, I couldn't even run because my Achilles tendon had gotten tight.
Yeah.
So that went down, and I went and got my little run in. The time wasn't good, but you know.
Yeah.
It's like one of them things where it's like, I'm not naturally a long distance runner. So like, I gotta like just be in that groove. But once I get out, but needless to say, I ran the 2 miles, and I'm at least to that point where it's like, I can do that. And then I did a little meditation jump rope afterwards. I just called that because I can't even say his name right now. It's too much controversy with him, but he called it that. He was like, I go get my miles in the morning, then do my meditation jump rope. I said, oh, you cerebral. So I just started calling it that.
Do you actually meditate, or are you like intentional with it?
I be controlling my thoughts. I normally do my little affirmations, and I do. It is a different level of focus I do when I do my jump rope, kind of clear my mind out. Well, I guess I do try to meditate as much as I can while moving, you know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I feel like for me, when I really try to get to like an actual meditative state, it got to be like no motion, like no movement at all.
Yeah.
But it's been a really good week, man. And then it's only a 4-day week for me. We don't work on Friday. Good Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. So
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, man. So I can't complain. It's been a good week. Like I say, I've got enough food, plenty of food. So I ain't worried about that. I hadn't been, I don't know, eating as much as I'm supposed to be eating, though, because sometimes I'm kind of off right now because I was getting to work at 7. So eating my first meal at 7, then backdooring and eating at 10, that was enough time for me to like kind of get hungry again.
Yeah.
But now I get to work at 8. So
yeah.
I low key don't be hungry.
Like push back.
Well, I need to push it back, but then it like I'm running out of time. If that makes, because it's like if I eat at 8, I'm not really hungry again at 10. Like it's just I'm not. So if I push that to 11, but okay, then that's gonna push my lunch back.
Yeah,
and my lunch is already kind of late, so
yeah,
I'm kind of getting to that point where I'm not eating as much as I was, because I would eat first meal at 8, then again at 10, then again at noon, then I have my lunch at like 2.
Mm-hmm.
But now I can't. I hadn't adjusted to the new time, and that's like one thing I'm starting to like. I don't know. I feel like I am adaptable, but I feel like I'm also a creature of habit, and I like routine. So I don't know, because I feel like because a lot of stuff just wasn't necessarily going right or according to plan last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I felt like I didn't handle it. I mean, I didn't like throw a tantrum or like, but I don't know. I felt like I didn't handle it as best I could if I was as adaptable as I said I would. Like I can, but it was like, when you just get to
like
your
reluctant,
routine,
you just want everything to be a certain way.
Just throwing me off my 1-2, man.
Yeah,
and
you ain't want to let go.
And it's like I had to, but I don't know, because I feel like if it's like real life stuff, it's like okay, like I ain't gonna I done adjusted. I can adjust, but like I don't know. But then too, I know for me, like what bothered me, it's not like if one thing happens, like whatever. It's like it's the constant. Like if you wanted to torture me, you just gotta drip water on my head. Yeah,
and it just don't.
You will drive me crazy eventually. That's what get me. It's the constant, not just the one offs. Like if something just happened, I'm like, oh whatever. But it's like that happened, but then this happened, then this happened, then this.
And then it's like one thing a day. It's like
DFFR, man. Yeah, my goodness. Like
that's funny because my week this week has been what your week was last week so far. So like Saturday we went to see our friend Lee. Shout out to LSU. And then Sunday I was supposed to like do a lot of different things for the house. We were supposed to go grocery shopping, and we was like actually gonna go there because we didn't order. And we ended up like staying in all day. And by the time I was like, all right, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go do something, it literally started storming. And there was like a tornado warning, like the whole horn thing. I've never heard that before in my life, bro.
Welcome to Dallas.
Oh my God, man. And it's been like that. Oh,
well, been having some weather.
Yeah, it's been like that. So didn't get to go to the grocery store. And then I walked into Walmart and they were like, we're closed for shopping. You either go to the back of the store for safety or you got to leave. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go home to my family if it's that serious. Yeah. And then got home, man, and we sat there for like an hour or two, and I wasn't able to go grocery shopping. So Monday, of course, I didn't have no oatmeal. So I tried to like make do. I made some eggs, I made some breakfast tacos. And then I haven't been able to like get to sleep early enough. So I can't get up in the morning and like do my morning workouts. And so my days start whenever I wake up. And for me, that's like my whole mood. Like everything is off if I can't get my morning started right. Yeah. Like if I have to wake up and just go straight to work, or I got to wake up and just get straight to like cooking something so that I can like be ready for work and stuff like that. I can't. Like my whole day is gone.
You always like to ease into your mornings.
I got to, man. I got to choose it, especially with my child, because I got to have like good energy for whenever he wake up. So I can't be irritable because I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I got to like already be into my day. So whenever he wakes up, I can like match his energy. And yeah, it's just been bad.
He been winning this week?
He been winning, bro. He been winning, man. But yeah, it's just been a lot of that. Didn't get to Tuesday, Monday, still didn't get to go grocery shopping. And so it's just been a lot of that. So yesterday we were able to order some stuff, went to go pick it up. And today, still haven't been able to go to sleep on time. I've been going to sleep at like 11 o'clock. And that's just been throwing me off. My workout's been at like 10:30.
Have you still been participating in Ramadan?
No, I have not.
How many days did you make it?
I made it 2 days.
Okay.
So that actually goes into like what I wanted to talk about today, which was like spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
And so that started on a Thursday. We recorded that day. That was the first day.
Mm-hmm.
Made it through that day. Felt really good. Like that day I felt really, really good because I prepared for everything. I didn't get home till like 1 o'clock after that though. And then because we were like outside talking.
That wasn't this past week.
No, that was the week before. That's when the day it started.
I thought it started last week.
No, it started the week before last. That pod that we had, that afterwards we were outside talking, that was the day that it started.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, because we didn't start the pod until after I broke my fast. So yeah, I didn't get home.
For some reason, I thought Ramadan started last week.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So went home, I ate, and then my alarm went off at 4:30.
Yeah.
And I like got up. I was super duper tired. Ate, drank some water, got through the day. And then after that, I was like, nah, man, everything's just messed up. Like, and it kind of goes into like that routine. It was just like, man, it's going to be hard to like really get back on that. And every day after that, man, I'm not going to lie, I've been feeling horrible. I've been feeling horrible. I can't get like really on track like I want to. My mood's not been the same. And that's like, for me, yesterday is when I like finally like stopped and was like, man, what's going on? And I'll just like realize everything was out of whack. Whenever I go work out in the mornings, I don't like listen to anything on my drive to the gym. Like I pray, I like say my affirmations and stuff like that to like get my day going and like make sure, talk about the thing or say the things that I'm thankful for and stuff like that. Haven't been able to do that because I'm like diving straight into my day.
Yeah.
So, that's really what's been throwing me off. And like yesterday is when I was like, man, like I don't know what it is. Like I need to figure out what's going on and like just really sit with myself. I just been going. And I think that fast would have really helped. So I think I'm going to it's probably not going to be Ramadan, but I think I'm going to do like a water fast while Emery's gone next week and then just like see where I'm at. But what do you do whenever you feel like you kind of getting detached from, I guess, source?
Funny thing is, I think that like really coordinate a lot with like my lifestyle. Like if I'm moving around a lot and I'm super busy.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can just get caught in like the rat race of life and just forget stuff. Especially like how you say I wake up late, I got to instantly just get up and go. I don't got time to pray in the morning. I just got to go. Then on the way to work, I might just be fiddling on my phone. Yeah. Then it's like, if I'm busy at work. Then if I got something to do afterwards, I do that. Then I probably come home and go straight to sleep. Yeah. But I always know for me personally, what helped me stay on track spiritually, it's a lot of things. But I feel like for me, one, I know if I don't pray before bed, my dream's going to be wild. Yeah. They going to always be wild. Like Sunday, I got murdered twice in my dream.
Jesus Christ.
I got murdered twice.
Well, I can't. Yeah, I'll get into mine, but typically I'm like running from being murdered. Yeah,
I got murdered twice in my dream Sunday. And it was like, it was a dream, but it was like, it sat on me. But like, I don't know. I felt like for me, it's just, because I feel like me at my best self is me remembering to do all the things that help keep me centered and balanced. Yeah. And for me, God is a part of that. Yeah. A part of my routine where I'm praying in the morning. Yeah. At night, typically sometime during the day. But I noticed too what started helping me out a lot of the during the day part. Because, what happens a lot of times just kind of naturally happen. Like sometimes you get further away, the better life get because you're not like
you don't need anything. You don't have anything to ask
you're
for.
Not, like you're not like fighting every day to get through. Because I ain't gonna lie, the closest I was to God was when I was in undergrad and was just going through it just in general, and I just needed something to keep me.
Yeah, that's that was me a year ago.
Or during my unemployment. Boy, man.
Yeah, that was so with me being unemployed, that was around the time, and I think I talked to you about this, where it was like the hardest for me to like, I guess, have faith or to like stay the course, because it was like, you know, whenever I was younger, bro, like we wasn't like really religious or anything like that. We didn't really go to church all the time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
However, me as a kid was like really, like I was like cognizant of God and like, you know, spirituality. And like, I know that if I pray, the good things should happen, or, you know what I'm saying? Or if I can be intentional about something, then good things should happen and I should be able to, you know, get it to come. But I think that the last year was like the hardest for me, because it was like, man, I've been so pro God this whole time, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now all of these things are happening, and I feel like that was like the hardest time for me. And even since then, it's been kind of hard for me to stay, I guess, the course, if that makes sense. Or like stay
connected.
Yeah, stay connected. Like I haven't felt as connected as I did before. Like, so I guess, how do you stay connected in that way?
How do I stay connected? Like I said, I feel like for me it's just through consistency with my routine, because like I say, I just got like a time in the morning. Like it used to be super duper intense, where it was like I'm not getting on like social media.
Yeah,
I probably ain't even gonna respond like that. My time to drive to work is me and God time.
Yeah,
like it used to be to that point. And well, I don't have social media right now, but it ain't as super intense. Like I normally like to just set the tone for my day, so I like to just listen to gospel, and just for me, it put me in my right mindset.
Yeah.
And like I said, I try to, like, for me personally, I think a lot that helps me in life is just keeping stuff in perspective.
Yeah.
And like every day I wake up and I say like everything that I'm grateful for. And I don't mean like on like I mean like I get to the root. Like hey, I'm grateful that I'm waking up in a bed with a roof over my head, with reliable transportation, going to a job that I like.
Yeah.
Cause it don't always be that way.
It don't.
Like some stuff be going wrong, and like I don't know, man. It's just like I don't know. I just operate in a state of gratitude for the most part these days, because I know I say, like we was talking about that last episode, like unemployment wasn't like no effing walk in the park for me. Like that wasn't at all. So like I literally remember like praying to God like specific prayers. Like I want to be in I wanted to be in a healthy environment where I'm stimulated mentally and financially. Like I don't want to have to compromise where either I gotta get paid good and like my pay and don't like my job, or love my job and don't like the pay. Yeah. And like being in a healthy environment where I don't dislike nobody at my job. And like I literally, like, that was a prayer I said every day during unemployment, and like to see it like come to fruition, like, and I'm not, that's not lost upon me, you know, at all. So I don't know. Heck, man, for me, bro, just like just living my life is what keep me keep me connected, because my life is literally everything I prayed for. Yeah.
Do you think that was like something that was instilled in you like as a kid?
Well, yeah, you know, I definitely was a church kid. You know, we grew up in the church, man. Like, heavily involved in the church. Just from it all, Sunday school, church Wednesday. Like, we was like in it, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I think my upbringing was different in that, because Sunday school, like that, and it wasn't like these was options. Like, that was like
that's what you was gonna do.
Like, it wasn't no. I don't feel like going. I'm gonna just chill. So it was just ingrained in me and just a part of my life. And I do think for me, it helps set a good foundation of moral and values and stuff like that. And then I felt like when I finally got on my own, I had to like see what that was for me, you know?
Yeah.
Because at that point, you know, I'm just in a household and was just, you know,
that's what you do.
Yeah. It wasn't like it was a choice, but I felt like when I got on my own, and to be honest with you, I feel like for me, that was just a routine. Like, okay, I know I'm going to church Wednesday, I'm going to church. Like it just, and I don't even feel like, and this is what I always tell people, which was wild in my life, like me going to church all that time, like it just was like just routine, but I didn't feel like I actually like
had
my relationship like really started till I was like on my own. And it was just me and God. And like, that's when I felt like it, cause like I said, I was just doing stuff out of repetition. Like it wasn't. Yeah. And maybe too, cause you young and you just hadn't went through life yet. I don't know, but.
Well, I think for me, like whenever I was younger, I feel like my connection was the strongest. Like I think whenever I got older and got exposed to a lot of different, I guess, ideologies is when, you know, like I said, it wasn't church every Sunday, every Wednesday for me, but I felt like I was the closest, you know, whenever I was younger. It just felt like, and you know how sometimes they say, you know, children are like super protected by God because they're children. You know, they don't really know, they're innocent and things like that.
Because when you know no better, you're not like held accountable.
Exactly. And so, you know, but I always would pray every night, and I'm talking about like on my knees praying every night before I go to sleep, praying throughout the day. Even when I got in trouble, I'm praying that I don't get a whooping. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just felt way closer, and I think that as I got older and like started not realizing a lot of things, but like being exposed to a lot more ideologies and things like that.
Ain't the one you came up under. It's now like a bunch of different.
Right. And not to say that anything's wrong, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like at that point is when certain things, I guess, stopped working for me. And I feel like for me, I've been kind of searching for that in a way. So like through reading books like The Four Agreements, through reading books like The Alchemist and things like that, like just looking for a way to get closer, like, you know, seeing interviews where people talk about how, you know, God comes to them in certain forms, or they like talk to them, you know what I'm saying? Or they was at they, you know, lowest moment and then they heard a voice, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of searching for that and like trying to figure that out. Even like meditating, man. And I know you said you did, you were doing yoga for a while. How did that help you?
As far as getting closer to God, it didn't.
It didn't.
I mean, it had other benefits for me, like psychologically and stuff. But I don't feel like that necessarily made me closer. I mean, definitely, I did hot yoga, so it definitely helped me mentally, and then just being calmer and stuff. But as far as spirituality, not for me, it didn't. Yeah, I know for some people it might, but I think for me, like I said, I think like that it was just that freshman year of college for me was just transformative, because it was the first time like I it wasn't like I say, it wasn't like it was like you say, you was just exposed to so much, because you meeting different people from different walks of life, and then like, you know, coming from a small town where, you know, everybody might kind of just be only a few ways. When you get exposed, it's like, oh, you do this and you do this, and it's like, oh, you're not, just because it's different don't mean it's wrong or that you a bad person. Like I said, I feel like that's what like opened up my eyes, and then I just realized it's like at the end of the day, it's like whatever makes you a better person, because there's a lot of different paths to God and stuff, and I feel that's where I'm at with it. I don't know who am I to say what's right or wrong. I just know whatever makes you a better person, that's good.
for you.
Yeah, I don't go beyond that with people. And like for me, like I said, that freshman year, that was the first time where it was like, oh, I don't have to do this. It's not I don't have to anymore.
Yeah.
And then for me, it was that freedom where I ended up still, going and being with God, but it was like completely different because it wasn't like I was going to church or anything. Right. It was just like I'm actually spending time with God, like, or I'm praying and talking to him, and it ain't like just because I used to think what like religious time, God time meant was me going to church,
right?
And that was the only way,
listening to the word.
But see, me when I was younger, I think that'd be like for the most part the only time I would like even have that connection compared to when I was just out in the world. Yeah, nah, it's not just a Sunday thing anymore. Yeah. This is every day, like, as I'm young, trying to figure out life, going through stuff, and I just need somebody to, like, talk to or to connect you through. With. So I felt like that's where the connection got really, really deep with me. And then, like, of course, too, man, like, whenever I go through hard times, that's when I get, super duper more connected. But I don't want that to be, like the only time I get consistent. That's why I was like, for me, my routine is my routine. Right. It ain't just because I'm going through something or having a bad day. Because truth be told, I don't really have that, right. Stuff is pretty good these days. So it's not even like that. And like, I don't know, like I say, that's why I operate normally from like a very high state of gratitude. Because I remember, those times where stuff wasn't the greatest. And then like, I don't know, bro. Like, for me in my life personally, like, it's been times where I've straight up told God where it was like, I don't know how this gonna work out. I don't really got no options. The stuff I thought I could do, it ain't working. Yeah. This on you. I literally, like, I've been in situations where it's like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for this, or like, I don't know, like I literally, like, anything I can think of is, I don't know.
And I done been there as well, like, I done been there a lot, and things just come out of nowhere. Yeah. So it ain't never been like,
because that's an expression, he made a way out of no way, and that's like,
that's for real.
Like I say, I don't know everybody else walk, much respect, but for me, it's literally been this made a way out of no way when it was like, I literally don't know how this could work out for me, or like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this because I don't have I don't have nothing. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. It definitely was like that for a long time. And I think that's kind of how I would like not characterize, but that's how I would know if I'm like, I guess, still close to him, you know what I'm saying? Or, still in favor in a sense, because it will be those situations where I'm like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna pay this, or like, my tire, I need a new tire and I can't pay for that because I got rent coming up. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, something happened. I might get a check or something like that. And I think that for a while, I felt like that's what was going. And I felt like, I wasn't being heard no matter what I did, whether it was praying, whether it was trying to, get into another religion or, another ideology and do what they do just to see, you know what I'm saying? Just because it works for them.
I'm not even Christian. I still went to church that year.
You still went to church that year.
Just,
like
just seeking the way, man.
Just trying to figure it out, man. I went to a lot of different places just to see, you know what I'm saying? And just to ask questions. And I feel like now it's getting to a point where I'm getting back to that place where it's like something will happen and then I might react to it, or, I'll look at it and be like, you know what, I'm still in a good place. I got a lot of positivity going, this and that, this and that. Mm-hmm. And then I see the inverse where this happened, but it opened the door for this. And now I'm kind of like, okay, we getting back to, what I know and those, that confirmation. But I do think that me wanting to do something to like give my thanks and like wanting to do something to, show my faith, like a fasting or something like that, is kind of where, my like body has been like telling me to go. But like it's just, these last couple of days, man, it just been feeling like kind of weird, you know, a lot of good stuff been going on, been moving around a whole lot, and kind of fell off. And like you say, once stuff started going good, man, you kind of fall off a little bit.
Yeah, it's easy to just
let it fall by the wayside.
Just start indulging and living. But I don't know. It's so interesting to me because I think one of the things that has kept me through everything has been faith.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy too, because like, I don't know, just how my life played out is like I just gotta always trust it, like, in whatever I go through is for the best interest of me. Mm-hmm. And I may not realize it at the time, but everything teach me a lesson. Because it's like, if I would have, like, I'm not gonna lie, if I would have instantly graduated from grad school and been in the current situation I'm in now, I wouldn't have a level of understanding, gratitude.
Yeah.
Like and it's like, and because like, I don't know, it's just like I had to go through everything I had to go through to get to this point to where I can be who I am now. Because it wouldn't have been the same level of like appreciation and gratitude. Yeah. I would have been on that, oh, well, I went to school, so yeah, I'm supposed to be here. Yeah. Nah, bro, ain't none of that, bro. Ain't no guarantees in life. Yeah. No matter if you do whatever steps you're supposed to do, it don't always work out like that. And you got to realize that you got to be grateful for this, because it don't work like that for everybody. Right. It's people that's unemployed that they didn't do nothing wrong.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And you can't say, oh, well, that's their fault, they don't got no job. Nah, getting a job is freaking hard. And like I said, that level of what's that called? Understanding, but relatability. Like, okay, I wouldn't have that type of relatability and that understanding to know. That's like when people, that's what like I wouldn't have had.
Yeah.
And it's like everything I had to go through, I had to get a level of, like, I think empathy when I was unemployed, fresh out of high school, going to college. Humility. I had to get some humility.
That's a big thing.
I had to get some humility because I did not have.
That's a big thing. Yeah.
I didn't have no humility. So it's like, I feel like every time where I go through something, I was like, okay, this is to teach me something, or I'm supposed to learn something. And it's
happening for me.
Because it's like, even if I like, because I do believe I'm going to get everything I want out of life, but sometimes it's like you're not even ready for the blessing.
Right.
And you may not realize that until it's stuff you got to learn. Like I said, I had to learn humility.
Yeah.
Had to learn empathy. Like it's like stuff I had to learn along my way to kind of make me more of a, just to be prepared to receive, you know?
Yeah.
To be in a place to receive and stuff. So like I said, I'm just really big into just believing it. Cause like I say, I'm not going off of what somebody else say. I'm literally going off my life, you know, and like actually being able to look at that from a deep level and be like, you wanted that, but to be honest with you, were you ready for that?
Right.
Were you mature enough?
Yeah.
Heck, one of my unemployments, it taught me like, nah, you gotta like tighten that screw and like with money management, because it's like, you know, it's like sometimes it's like if you can't handle a little, why would you get a lot?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
and that's what I felt like once I had, like, honestly, because the job I got now, I had just kind of just threw my name in the hat randomly, but I had like where I had like gotten so good at, like, it wasn't a lot per se, but I had gotten good at managing it and making it work, and like I was good.
Yeah,
and like that's why I say sometimes you ain't ready for your blessing. Yeah, you got to go through certain other things just to be ready to receive, in a place to receive.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think for me, like, and like I say, this just going off my life, not what somebody telling me I should believe or anything else. Is like, nah, I trust the timing of my life and what, you know, and how it has worked for me with God and stuff. And like, that's why I say for me, it's just faith. Like I say, I know where I'm going to end up eventually. I don't know how long it's going to take or what's going to be the exact route, but I know I'm going to get there. And I wholeheartedly believe that because I, you know, have gotten this far.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I think that's like important. Like I say, for me, at least, that's how I like view things. And like I say, this isn't something that's like, I only think about every now and again. So that's why I say I just literally operate in a state of gratitude. That's why I like when I'm around people who I can tell that like stuff came early and easy for them.
Yeah.
Compared to where it was more of a journey for other people. I have a hard time relating to them because I feel like they just let the small things become more than small things.
And a lot of times when you don't have a lot of things to happen to you, which comes with humility, like you feel like everything is owed to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's really how I felt. Like once I like first moved and stuff, I really felt like things were going so well for me in that time. I was just like, well, it's supposed to be like this. Like I'm supposed to say, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, and it just happened right off the bat. And I think that's what that stint of unemployment like kind of set me down to like really make me realize like you don't, just because you want it don't mean that you need it. And just because it can happen don't mean that it will happen. And you got to be okay with that.
Yeah.
And like it took me a while to be okay with, I don't even know if I was like ever okay with it, but it took me a while to be okay with like just not knowing and not having a time frame. You know what I'm saying? And that like played on my faith because it was like, yeah, I know that, you know, everything's going to be all right because my life is everything's always been all right. I ain't never been just down bad. I ain't never like not had no help. But I think that it played on my faith to a point where it was like, well, if it ain't happened yet, you know, when is it going to happen? And it's more of the questioning. And, you know, sometimes that like push your blessing out because you're not being open to the opportunities that come to you in those situations. And so just, it really took a lot for me to get to this point. And I think that like, I'm also like yearning for like a sense of peace. I don't think I've ever had just like a real sense of like just peace and like being okay. You know what I'm saying? Like there was one point in my life that I felt like I did, but I really didn't.
Yeah.
You know, like just a sense of like really being okay with whatever happens and being okay with not knowing.
Peace is a different level. I had reached a certain level of peace. I don't have it right now, but I had reached it. I was crying all the time, bro. Just because I was so grateful, man. Because I was like, man, like.
I haven't cried in years.
This is great.
Yeah, I haven't cried in years. And that be like even when I got this job, I thought I was going to cry. Like leading up to it, like, but whenever I was waiting on, I was like, man, I know I'm just going to bawl my eyes. It's been so long and stuff like that. Bro, I got the job and literally nothing changed. I was like, all right, bet I can pay my bills. I can do this, do that. Now I got to do this. Now I got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was, you know, I was grateful and I was thankful, very, very thankful. But I definitely was more like, oh, it's about time. You know what I'm saying? Like now I can do X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? Rather than like sitting in it and feeling that and like appreciating it. You know, even now sometimes like I get ahead of myself. Like we were talking earlier about the job. It's just like, well, yeah, I'm gonna be here for this amount of time, and then I'm gonna go and do this and do that because now I got this. I'm really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just like I don't ever give myself that like peace. Yeah. And I don't sit in it, and I need to do that. I need to release too. I really need to cry. But I just can't. I don't know what it is. I haven't. You know, deep, a wise man says you might have to do a little pigeon pose to get it up out of you, but but I don't know. Yeah, I definitely am looking for that, and I think that's what like I'm gonna be intentional with that next week or just coming up to just like really sit down with myself and really like just sit in silence. Like on the way here, I no radio. Oh, and that was an hour drive.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, and the man really, when he really got something on his mind, when he don't put a little music on his drive, he just sit with his thought.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But that's low key. I mean, let's get off subject a little bit, but yeah, I low key hadn't been that PC to these past.
Yeah.
Shoot, heck, probably 2023. I just been having like just internally conflicted, just thinking about stuff, and I'm about to go back to therapy because
Yeah. I was going to ask you about that.
I got to go back, man, because I've been contemplating a very serious thing for a few months now, and it's starting to weigh on me, and I just need, and I think that's literally what took my peace away. Yeah, the irony. Yeah, one day we gonna talk about that on the Patreon. No, I don't think. Well, maybe Patreon. That'd be good. We'll see. Patreon. Yeah, because man, just because that peace, man. But yeah, I think to kind of get back on topic of like where we are spiritually and / religiously and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think it's an interesting thing because I feel like everyone has their own individual experience, and truth be told, it is based off your life.
It really is. It really is. And I think I always looked for it. Like, I always looked for that thing that other people said that got them not to where they are, but like how their relationship is with God, and you know what they do, and like, you know, how they feel whenever they know something. And I like looked for those things. I looked for a voice. I meditated and like waited to like hear, you know what I'm saying? Like I prayed and prayed and prayed and things like that. And I think that I never was able to. I think that like kind of pushed me further and further away, because that's just not how my relationship was ever done.
Than what you was expecting based off of what other people got. See, I never. And I don't know why when I was a kid. You remember Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? They had that dude that was kind of like, I don't know what he was, but he was like their leader that was like in that tube where it was on his head. His name was like Zordon or something. His voice, for some reason, is what I thought God's voice would be. I don't know why, because it was just like the most deepest, like just powerful voice ever. So I was always, when I was a kid, I always thought that was going to be God's voice, and I was going to hear it that way. And then like I was just expecting to hear like as in like words. But for me, that's not my personal experience with my relationship. It's more like in like, it's like in like more so signs or like dreams, but it'll be like something that just keep reconfirming it or something like that. Or like if I, like for me too, like I always like was taught like be very specific with your prayer. Like don't. The more specific you can be, the better. See, and that's what they always say, you know, because I always heard the expression, be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. Right. So, and then sometimes, you know, at this point in my life, man, I don't even want to get in my own way. Like, because I used to pray for stuff that I
thought you wanted.
Or that I wanted, but that it wasn't necessarily the best for me.
Right. So
now it's like I ask for like put me, like, do what's best for me. Like, I'm getting out my own way. I'm not, it's no like ego or personal, like, personal, it's not like my personal agenda. It's not like what I want. But sometimes I just pray, like, whatever's best for me. Like, give me discernment, and whatever is best for me, let me know.
Whatever I need.
Because sometimes, like I say, what I want ain't what's best for me.
And I think I was never like, it's funny because I was never, I guess taught how to pray. Like it was just, I knew that you say whatever it is you want, you know, you say what you thankful for, you thank God for everything. And then, I was just, I guess I was like always humble in my prayer. I was just like, you know, unless it was like something specific, like I said, as a kid, I didn't want to get a whooping. Please, God, don't let this man whoop me. You know what I'm saying? But it was always just, you know, I just want everybody to be alive, you know, wake me up in the morning, little stuff like that. Let this be a good day. You know what I'm saying? And I guess whenever I did start like being really intentional in the prayer, I started like looking for signs outside. But a lot of my stuff is like, I have dreams too, but I would never like pay attention to them. It would just be like dreams are dreams, you know, like, and it took my mom to like tell me that, like whenever I was staying with her, And I would tell her, yeah, man, I'm like, I could just keep having these dreams. Like, I'm dreaming about this and that. And a few of those dreams, like, they didn't start coming true, but they started like, I started seeing them in the physical a couple of days later. And I was like, telling my mom about it. And she was like, oh yeah, that's like, we have that. That's what we do. Like, we have dreams. And so like, she had a dream about me whenever I first got with my girlfriend right now, before I told her about it. And it was like a whole dramatic thing. And she like texted me and she was like, hey, I'm just checking on you. I was like, oh, okay, I'm doing good. I sent her a picture of Bree and stuff. And she was like, oh, that's the girl that was in my dream the other night. And I was like, first of all, that's creepy.
That's wild.
But yeah, so like, that's when I started like really like realizing like it's not gonna always be what everybody else's is.
Yeah,
like,
but so it's your own individual thing.
Yeah, like you talked about like you being murdered the other night in your dream.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I'm like running from something, or whenever I'm like not where or on the track that I need to be on, or the track that I know I should be on, and I'm like kind of pushing it off. That's when like I start having dreams of like somebody trying to kill me and be like literally fighting for my life. And I'll have that dream every day until a dream will come where I'm like, man, I'm not running no more. It is what it is. And then it might be like a shooting, like they might be trying to like rob me and shoot me, and they'll shoot me. I'll wake up, and then that's when I like get on track and like do whatever it is I've been running from, or if I'm like been procrastinating on something and stuff like that, like little stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And so that's pretty much what's been happening lately. It's just like I can tell, like I've been having those dreams, and like I know that it's something that I need to do to like bring me back centered, get my like mind back on track. You know what I'm saying? Slow me down and stuff like that. So yeah, that's it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, and I will run from it.
So everybody got their own thing when it comes to spirituality. Like I said, I don't know. I think I do a very good job just gauging if I feel balanced and centered. Like, I think too, because like I don't know. I feel like I'm such a machine that if there's like just one little thing wrong, like in a machine, if just one little thing wrong, it'll just throw everything. It may not be a big thing, but like it's just a fine tuned machine to where it can. Yeah, and that's how I always refer to myself, because it can just be one little thing. Like I like literally feel like, like am I like avoiding doing something? Like what? Something ain't right. Something's off.
For me, it take a lot, because I'm like just going, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like whatever it is, like, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of siblings. Like I talk to my siblings all the time. Like, so I make myself available all the time. And like, if I'm needed, I'm there for the most part, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just me going until one day I wake up and I'm like, bro, like I'm tired. Like something needs to give. And that's when it's like, it's kind of like a cycle to where like I'll like hit a wall, I'll be chill, like I'll like get myself back right, and then I just do it again. And like the times that I'm going for a long time, but like I'll just hit a wall, and when I hit a wall, it's like it hurt, and I gotta sit down. And I think that's really where I'm at. That was like me on Monday. Like halfway through the day, I ain't even like finished none of the work I had. I just went and took a nap. And I ain't mean to. Like, so
you really are at the wall, huh?
Oh yeah, no, for real. Like I had to work until like 10 o'clock.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's those things, and you know, my mood is off. You know, I'm like really irritable. I don't want to talk. You know, I'm snappy, a little sassy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man.
Yeah, just gotta get that time to find your center, man. Like I say, I'm kind of like right there with you right now, where I'm like, I just know I'm just a little off. That's why I said I need to get back in therapy, because I was like, I've been trying to like work through it myself.
Yeah,
but I need a little help to get back right tighten up a little bit, man. Like I say, I ain't too far off, but I ain't where I need to be either.
Yeah.
I just need just a little calibration, a little straightening. That's all I need. Just a little bit of straightening.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about therapy too, because I was like, man, maybe I need to, because I tried it a few months back.
Really?
Yeah. I ain't tell you about that?
I don't remember.
Yeah. It was like around August, like right before I got this job.
You went in person or?
No, I did over the phone.
Okay.
It was through BetterHelp.
Mm.
And so, but it was like weird. I didn't really like it. But
it was the person or just like the process?
I think it was a process, because I feel like if the process would have been different, the person, she wasn't like a bad person. It wasn't like she was just aggressive or mean or anything like that. It was just, she was like asking me questions and I would be like, well, I don't know. I don't have like an answer to that. And she'll be like, all right, well, we'll figure that out, and then go on to the next thing. And I'll be like, well, if that like don't apply to me, then we're not going to figure that. Like, I don't have the answer because that don't apply to me.
Yeah. I feel like, well, one, I always tell people therapy, finding a therapist is like dating.
Yeah.
It don't necessarily, just because you have a bad experience don't mean therapy not for you. That just mean that therapist probably just wasn't for you. And also too, the first session, y'all don't do anything. Y'all just kind of feel out. They're just really trying to figure out what to do with you. Then they got to have like a course of action to help. So it's like the first session really isn't about anything except they just really trying to figure out why are you there.
Yeah. And I did it for like a month and a half, 2 months.
With her?
Yeah.
Oh, so she just wasn't for you then.
Yeah. It wasn't, because we did like the course of action. We did all that good stuff, and I was just like,
but she just trying to talk therapy with you, where y'all was just talking through stuff, or y'all?
Nah, she would just like, she would ask me a question about something and I'll like go into it, and or like, for instance, we'll have like this is what we're going to talk about this session, because this is what I put down on my course of action. All right, cool. I start talking about that. Then she started talking about something that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And then I'll like say something about that, and then she'll be like, well, why is that? And it's like, well, that's not what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I'm talking
I think
about
you're like my guy. We kind of we similar people, so I know, because when my therapist, we get to the root of everything.
Yeah.
And then he don't say it, but he lets you
like
self-discover it.
Yeah.
But he gets you right there to where you can't, like, because we the same, so I know you're like that. We get to the core of every issue. It ain't just, if that's the surface level, we gonna keep digging, digging till you get to that. Then you go just have that self-realization.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, there's just gonna be a place of peace.
Yeah.
Then you just work through the next thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way he take, and I appreciate that. And but because we didn't start doing talk therapy until the very end, but we did a lot of different other types of therapy,
like activities and
like
stuff,
cognitive, where you like, it's like, I don't know, it really was conducive to me because it's how I think, where it's like you just like, it's like association, and you just keep going. Then at the end of that, it's like you just talking through it.
Yeah.
Then at the end, he gonna ask you a question, and then you gonna answer it, and he gonna be like, "Okay, let's go with that." And then you just talk yourself through that. Yeah, and that's my process anyway. So that's literally perfect for me, because normally if I go to somebody wanting the ear, is literally just the ear. Let me talk through it myself, and I'm probably gonna get to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. You just don't say nothing to sway me. I just gotta
talk through it. Yeah, and that's literally what it is. So I'm gonna give you his information, because he really good. Like I say, I'm trying to actually schedule when I can come back, because I need it.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out, because I do want to find someone, because I'm definitely the type of person that I'm like, I'll figure it out on my own. Yeah. Like I'm, I know what's wrong with me, or I figure it out, but I definitely need somebody that I can talk to that's just gonna listen, because
I'm about to say, then that's the thing too, where it's literally just an unbiased opinion, and it's not even an opinion, because they don't even give you an opinion. It's just
it's just a fact. It's like, it's just
they just give you unbiased facts, and then like whatever you do from it. Yeah, but I don't know, because I don't know. Maybe it'd be a little bit more if like I had issues with like accountability. I got the opposites where it's like it's an over accountability where some stuff really don't fall on me. But I just try to find a reason to at least give myself some of the blame.
Yeah, you got self-awareness. So if something is on you, you going to like be like, oh, something may be wrong with this. Like,
that was me. That's better. But I don't know. I think that kind of all tied to it too for me. And I realized too, because like when I first started going to the chiropractor, I was going a lot because I actually had an issue. Now I go once a month for a tune-up. Yeah. And I realized that I need to treat my mental health the same, where it's like, because I had stopped going, but what I should have did is like, okay, I done got through everything, but it don't hurt to maybe touch bases once to twice, like once a month or once every 2 months, you know? Yeah. Because I felt like if I would have did that, I wouldn't be where I am now. Yeah. Yeah. To be honest. Yeah. But because I didn't. Yeah.
Well, I was like, you came to me. I did my best.
Yeah, I need professional help.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna figure that out, man. I might go back to the app and see what's up with it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna give you my guy contact information. I highly recommend him. And if you don't want to use him,
you see him in person or on phone?
No, we do like a Zoom.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of hybrid, where it's not in person,
but you see him and he see you.
And it's kind of more convenient because I don't got to drive.
Yeah. I don't want to drive, but if I can just go in the office and talk,
but not necessarily. I wouldn't want to just talk on the phone. Like I said, it's a perfect hybrid because I can.
I mean, talking on the phone. Yeah, because we was on the phone. Talking on the phone wasn't bad. It was just, it was her.
I say, I need a little bit more, but this has been. You got anything else?
Nah, man.
Okay, I'm Jew today. Shouts out to our good brother Jew. If y'all wondering why he not here, he went out of town. Got a family reunion coming up, and he got out of town early, which is smart because it's supposed to have bad weather towards the end of the week. But we just was doing our best holding down without one of the three here.
Yep.
But this has been episode
105.
This has been episode 105 of the Transferable Experience podcast. Like always, remember to do all the things on all the things, and we'll be back next week.
Yeah.